24 Technical Advisory Committee meeting. We don't have too many agenda items today, but we have one I think that's going to take quite a bit of time. Uh, Earlier this week, Rosie sent out a link for this meeting along with meeting minutes. Our first item of business is approval of our January meeting minutes. Would anybody like to make a motion?
Motion we approve.
Okay,
I'll motion we approve that, John Miller, Mill Creek.
okay, thank you, John. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, Matt with Riverton.
Thanks, Matt. Any discussion or comments? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for a no vote. Anybody who wants to oppose, speak up. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the bulk of our meeting today, which has been with Rich presenting the various projects been submitted for our transportation improvement programs. Go ahead, Ben.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ben. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Attached to the meeting chat item is a copy of the table. Hopefully you're seeing the table. These are the concept reports of the projects that have been submitted and that we will be evaluating and making recommendations from. The table's actually sorted alphabetically by funding source. And so on the front page of that will be the projects that are receiving or that are seeking CMAQ funds. And if you scroll to the bottom of that page, you'll see that there were 11 projects. Total project costs were over $111 million. There's a request for 36 plus million. And there's about 3.4 million of local funds matching that amount of federal ask. The next page then would be the CRP. Whoops, I guess I got to go to the next page too. Would be the CRP projects. You can see there that there are 7 CRP projects, total cost of over 86 million. And then again, the request 15.3 million plus. Then we get into the STP projects that are requested, and that goes through the next 2 sheets. And at the bottom of that sheet, you can see that there were 30 projects requested, totaling more than $446 million, with 139 million in request. And then the last page are the TAP projects. And there were 10 TAP projects totaling more than 24 plus million. But we'll go through each one of these projects in a fairly quick manner. We'll go through each of the programs in order. Actually, we'll start with the STP. So to maybe break up so you don't fall asleep, we'll jump to the middle page here to begin the STP projects, and we'll go right through in order and present these projects to you so that you become familiar with them. As you know, back in last August, September, we sent out a request for letters of intent. Those letters of intent were due back to us early part of October. Then we requested that a potential project sponsor prepare the project evaluation concept reports. And those were due back in the early part of December. And since that time and up through the end of March, we will be going through project reviews and evaluations. Now, last week, we went and had the field reviews up in the Ogden-Layton urban area. And next week, we will be out in the Salt Lake area doing the field reviews, meeting on site with project sponsors, talking about the projects and moving through all 51 of them projects in a fairly quick manner over 2 days. At the end of March, we will come back to this committee and we will come with the staff recommendation and we will talk about the projects. And the intent for today is to enable you to get a little familiar with it. And then this material will be online so that you can review the information at your leisure, maybe use it for family night. It will be so exciting. You may sell tickets. Well, probably not. You'll have to just let free admittance, but it'll be awesome. Then in April, we will take to TransCom the recommendation from the Technical Advisory Committee meeting, or the March meeting. And in May, we'll take to the Regional Council the recommendations from TransCom that they received from the TAC. At the early part of June, we'll go to TransCom requesting that we go out for a public review and comment period during the month of July. Then in August, we'll be back to the TAC and we'll report any information we received during the public review and comment period and proceed up through the committees for approval from the Regional Council at the end of August. And then we'll go into getting approvals from federal highways and federal transit agencies for the new 25-30 transportation improvement program about the same time that we initiate the next process. So the projects that we have, we've kind of divided up our field review this year into almost, well, that one came on quick, but kind of the north end and the south end of the valley. So you can see we've actually got 58 total projects, totaling a cost estimate of the projects over $583 million. A significant need out there. 30 of those projects were STP projects, requesting more than 139 million. We'll have an estimated amount of 25 million a program. These numbers of available funds are estimates at this time. In March, we'll come back with a needle down number. We've got 11 CMAQ projects requesting more than 36 million, as we mentioned earlier, for an available $7 million. 10 TAP for an available 2.1 million, and 7 CRP projects for applying for the 2.5 million. So there's a lot of need. There's a lot of great projects, and that makes our job even a little more difficult. And that's the significant role that the Technical Advisory Committee plays, is to help identify the best project for the funds that are available to move forward. We've got a lot of great projects. So we're going to talk about each one of these projects, and we're going to start with the STP projects, and there's 30 of them. We're going to go through fairly quick, not a lot of detail. This information will be available after the meeting so that you can go through at your leisure, and we'll go forward. Are there any questions before we start? Okay. Well, let's start then on the first project. This project is a request from UTA. This is for a new radio operating system for the transit agency. This is in all of UTA's service area. Total project estimated cost is just under 30 million, and UTA is requesting 4 million of urban STP funds. The next project is a request from UDOT. This is an intersection improvement on Redwood Road and 146 South. There's a waterway on the east leg of this intersection, and this project would remove that waterway, enabling traffic to more free flow through the intersection. The project estimated cost is 573,000 plus. Funds being requested are 522,000 plus. Next project is a request from Compwood Heights. This is up in the Fort Union roadway area. This is a cycle track project, which will construct a separated bike lanes on both the north and the south side of Fort Union Boulevard between Union Park and 13th East. Estimated project cost is 3.9 plus million. Funds being requested are 3.7 plus million. I might pause here. If I go too fast, let me know, or if I'm going too slow, holler, and we can adjust appropriately. The next project is a request from UTA. This is for our Davis-Salt Lake connector. This is for construction. This is essentially a BRT project that'll go from Farmington up to Salt Lake up to the University of Utah. Estimated project cost is 75 million. They're requesting 5 million of the STP funds. The next project is a request from UDOT. This is an intersection project out on Draper. It's actually will address turning lanes on 123rd South and Lone Peak Parkway. This is from the I-15 outbound ramps to 265 West. It'll widen Lone Peak Parkway to enable the left turn movement. The estimated project cost is 6.3 plus million. Funds being requested are 4.1 plus million. The next project is a request from Draper. This is on Pioneer Road. This is a reconstruction with minor widening. This will take place between 1650 East to Highland Drive. This will take a narrow 2-lane facility and uniform cross section, 2 lanes of travel, curb gutter and sidewalk, park strips, and bike lanes. This project estimated cost is 4.6 plus million. Funds being requested are 4.2 plus million. Next project is also a request from Draper City. This is Fort Street. This is a reconstruction and minor widening as well. This project is between 132 South to 138 South, about 0.8 of a mile. This will also give a uniform cross-section and with improvement to the pavement, curb gutter, park strips, and sidewalks. Estimated project costs a little more than $8 million. Funds being requested are 7.4 plus million. The next project is in Immigration Canyon. This is for slope mitigation up on 4909 East. There's a lot of rock and debris that slide down onto the road. This is to put in the soil nailing and stabilize the slope. Project estimated cost is 3.5 plus million. Funds being requested are 3.2 plus million. Next project is in Harriman City. This is on 6400 West. This is a new construction between Harriman Boulevard, which is about 126 South, to Midas Creek, which is approximately 121st South. It's about a half mile in length. This will be the final remaining part that'll fill in the gap between Harriman and South Jordan. Project estimated cost is 9.2 plus million. Funds being requested is 6.5 plus million. The next project is also in Harriman City. This is on 126 South. This is a Harriman Main Street. This will address turning movements from 126 to Main Street and Main Street to 126. Project estimated cost is 4.1 plus million. Funds being requested is 3.2 plus million. The next project is in Magna. This is on 8000 West. This is to reconstruct a minor widening. This project has been awarded some funds. This is for additional funding to make a uniform cross-section on this road with shoulders, curb gutter, and sidewalks. Estimated project cost is 8 million. They're requesting 3.7 plus million to make this project whole to move forward. About 0.8 in length, 0.8 of a mile. The next project is also in Magna. This is a realignment of an offset intersection at 27 South and 8000 West. This will realign the intersection, providing safety, consistency. This is also a safe routes to school area. Project estimated cost is 6 million. Funds being requested are 2.2 plus million. This project has also received funding in the past. This is additional funding to make this project whole. Next project is a project in Mill Creek City. This is on 13th East. As you know, 13th East is a pretty highly traveled corridor north and south through the valley. This particular section of road will reconstruction between 3300 South and Lorraine Drive, just under a half a mile in length. It'll also replace curb gutter and sidewalk, ADA ramps, enhance the bus stops, and install new storm drain. Project estimated cost is 6.1 plus million. Funds being requested is 5.7 plus million. The next project is also in Mill Creek City. This is on 20th East. This is also reconstruction between 3300 South to Atkin Avenue, about 7/10 of a mile in length. This will also address curb gutters, sidewalk, ADA ramps, enhanced bus stops, storm drain, and piping an existing irrigation ditch along 3300 South. Estimated project cost is 2.8 plus million. Funds requested is 2.6 plus million. Next project is a request from Murray. This is on 5600 South. This is to reconstruct a section of road between 9th East and 13th East, a little more than a half mile in length. This one will address the pavement needs, curb gutter and sidewalk, bike lanes, and storm drains. This estimated cost is 9.8 plus million. Funds being requested are 3.8 plus million. This is a request, or the next project is a request from Riverton. This is on 1300 West. This is also to reconstruct with some minor widening between 131st South and 137th South. This one here will give consistent travel lanes and a middle turn lane, as well as address the storm drain and curb gutter and sidewalk. Estimated project cost is 9.4 plus million. Funds being requested are 8.2 plus million. Next project is a project in Riverton. This is to address ADA ramps throughout the city. There's been 40 that have been identified. Project estimated cost is $715,000. Funds being requested are $655,000. The next project is a request from UTA. This is for replacement of light rail vehicles that have lived their life and done well. There's about 20 of the high floor light rail vehicles that will be replaced with low floor models. Project estimated cost is 120 million, and the funds being requested is $8 million. Next project is the UTA Tech Link Tracks Environmental and Concept Design between Salt Lake International Airport and UView Research Park. This will improve and enhance access and mobility and increase the opportunities throughout the corridor. Project estimated cost is 3.8 million. Funds being requested are $2 million. Next project is a request from Salt Lake City. This is on 13th East. This is between 21st South and the southern city boundary, about 1.3 plus miles. This will address the deteriorated pavement. So it'll reconstruct the pavement as well as address curb gutter and pedestrian improvements where necessary. Project estimated cost is 16.8 million. They're requesting an additional $5 million. This project has received funding in the past. The next project is a request from Sandy City. This is an intersection improvement on 114th South and 13th East. This project is estimated to cost 4.9 plus million, and the funds being requested are 4.5 plus million. Next project is also a project in Sandy City, an intersection project. This is to take an at-grade intersection at 110th South and 10th East and construct a roundabout. This project's estimated cost is 3.4 plus million, and the funds being requested are 3.2 plus million. Next project is in Sandy. This is on Monroe. This is phase 3. This new construction between Mall Ring to 106 South. Project estimated cost is 26 plus million, and the funds being requested are just under $4 million. Next project is in South Jordan. This is on 4000 West. This is a capacity improvement project between Daybreak Parkway 294 south, 2.5 miles. This to widen, mainly restripe, 4,000 west from a 3-lane to a 5-lane section of road. Project estimated cost is 4.3 plus million. Funds being requested are just over $4 million. The next project is in White City. This is on 13th East Galaxia Drive. It's an intersection project. Whoops, sorry to put part of the picture over the words there for you. This will address westbound left turn maneuver by extending the median on 13th East. The project cost is 86,000 plus, and the funds being requested is 80,000 plus. Next project is a request from we already had this radio one. Look at that, Ogden's radio project is sneaking into Salt Lakes. No, I'm kidding. That's my fault.
And is that
Yes.
a flip phone? Is that a flip phone on the screen? Are you kind of taking us back to 2005?
I am going back, brother. No, I'm just showing options. We look at all things, Jory.
It's a handheld radio type of device. It looks kind of like the flip phones of yesteryear, but
The next project request is in West Jordan. This on 1300 West. This is reconstruct and minor widening. This is phase 3 of 3-phase project. This section goes from 6600 south to 7800 south, just under 1.5 miles. This will widen the improvements to allow 2-way left turn lanes, bike lanes, and sidewalks. You might recall that 1300 West has been identified as the north-south priority corridor on the west side of I-15. Project estimated cost is 20 plus million. Funds being requested are 15 plus million. Next project is a project in West Valley City. This is on 1300 West. This is bike lanes between 4,000 south and 3,300 south, just over a mile in length. This is for improving the pavement section, also adding buffered bike lanes and lighting. Project estimated cost is almost 11 million. Funds being requested are just under 8 million. Next project is in West Valley City. This is a reconstruction project on 7200 West between 4100 South and 3900 South, about 1/3 of a mile. This will improve the safety, add bike lanes, and improve curb gutter and sidewalk through the corridor, as well as reconstruct the pavement. Project estimated cost is 5.9 plus million, and the funds being requested are 5.5 plus. And the last project in the STP program is a West Valley request. This is a West Valley Taylorsville project on 3900 South. This is bike lanes. This is a bike ped facility improvement between Redwood Road to Jordan River, about 1 mile in length. What it'll do is improve the facility to enable a 10-foot trail, street lighting, and connecting sidewalks. This project is estimated to cost 10.8 plus million, and the funds being requested are 6.8 plus million. That's all of the STP projects that we have in the Salt Lake area. Any questions while I adjust to the next program? Awesome. Actually, can you still hear me, Jory, or am I?
We
Y'all
can hear you.
sent me to another meeting all by myself. Okay, then we'll start on the CMAQ program next. Get this pulled up here. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing the chart again to remind you that there were 58 projects submitted. We reviewed the 30 STP, and now we're going to review the 11 CMAQ projects. requesting more than $36 million, and there's about an estimated 7 million available. So the first project we have to look at is the intersection project request from UDOT on Redwood Road and 146 South. This is to address the waterway that crosses the east leg of that intersection, to remove that waterway to enable traffic to be able to proceed in and out of that intersection without any, I forgot the word I was going to use, but we'll just say without any problems. Project cost is estimated at 573,000. Funds being requested are 522,000 plus. The next request is the Davis Salt Lake Connector. This is for construction. This request is from UTA. This will go from Farmington up to Research Park up by the University of Utah. Project estimated cost is 75 million. Funds being requested are 5 million. Now, I might point out that you'll see this a couple other, well, we saw it in STP, we see it in CRP, we'll see it in CMAQ. It's not 5 million from every program. It's 5 million total that they're requesting from Wasatch Front, and that same request has gone to the Ogden-Layton urban area. The next project is the request from UDOT. This is in Draper. This is on 123rd South and Lone Peak Parkway. This addresses the turn lanes coming off of I-15 and then left turning on up to 265 West. This project's estimated to cost 6.3 plus million. Funds being requested are 4.1 plus million. Next project is in Harriman. This is a Porter Rockwell Park and Ride facility out near the Porter Rockwell Boulevard and Rockwell Park Drive. This particular parking facility is estimated to cost $3.7 million. Funds being requested are 2.8 plus million for about 60 parking spaces. The next request is a project in Magna. This is from UDOT. This is on 3500 South. This is for sidewalk. If a project is commuter related, it is eligible for CMAQ funds. 74, this project's between 7495 West to 7933 West, about 1/10 of a mile in length. Project estimated cost is 5.4 plus million. Funds being requested are a little over 5 million. The next project is an intersection project from Salt Lake City. This is up on Sunnyside Avenue. This is to take an at-grade T intersection at Crestview Drive and Sunnyside Avenue and construct a roundabout. This project estimated cost is 820,000 and the funds being requested is 762,000. The next project is the expansion of Green Bike in Salt Lake City. This is to help expand west of the freeway with e-bikes as well as standard bikes. This project estimated cost is 473,000. Funds being requested are 440,000 plus. This next project is a request from UTA. This is for the West Side Express. This is for operating cost on the West Side 5600 South transit corridor. This is from Salt Lake Central Intermodal Hub to the 56 West Old Bingham Highway Station, about 29 miles in length. This is for 3 years of operating costs. Total is 9.6 plus million. Funds being requested are 9 million total or 3 million for 3 years. The next project is a request in Sandy on 114th South and 13th East. This is intersection improvements. Project estimated cost is 4.9 plus million, and the funds being requested are 4.5 plus million. Next project is also in Sandy on 110th South and 10th East. This is to take a standard four-legged intersection and construct a roundabout. This project estimated cost is 3.4 plus million, and the funds being requested are 3.2 plus million. Next project is a project in South Jordan. This is the Jordan River Trail connection to Front Runner Station, like a first last mile type project on 102 South, Jordan River Trail to 500 West, Altradent Drive, 0.2 of a mile in length. The project estimated cost is a little more than $1 million, and the funds being requested are $951,000. That is all the projects for the CMAQ program request this year. Any questions on any of those? All right, then we will move into the TAP program. Okay, so as you have opportunity to look at the amount of funds that are available and the amount of projects that are asking for the funds, we're going to focus on our TAP program. There's 10 projects totaling more than 17 plus million in ask for an available amount of 2.1 million. That is an estimated number. It potentially will go up, but we'll know that as we get a little closer to March. So our first project there to look in the TAP program is up in Cottonwoods Heights. This is on Danish Road, and this is actually a sidewalk project between Monte Luca Way, which is about 8335 South and 8560 South, to 8400 South and English Way. It's about 0.2 of a mile. This project cost just over or just under $1 million at 982,000, and the funds being requested are 915,000 plus. The next project is Bluffdale City. This is a connector trail. This is a bike ped facility between Ped Bridge that they were able to secure funding from the federal government on, and the Jordan River Parkway, just under a half mile in length. It'll construct the trail between the Ped Bridge on the west side of the Union Pacific to the Jordan River Parkway near 1300 West. The project estimated cost is $450,000. Funds being requested are $417,000 plus. Next project is in Holiday City. This is on 27th East. This is Ped Improvements Phase 2. This is between Morningside Drive to Maloney Drive, about 0.3 of a mile in length. This will fill in sidewalk on the east and west sides and enhance safety or crossing, safety enhancements for crossing. Project construction estimate is $971,000. Funds being requested are a little more than $900,000. Next project is in Mill Creek. This is on 3776 South and 2700 East. This is a crosswalk. This project will also reconstruct some curb gutter and sidewalk in the area and rehab the crosswalk. Project estimated cost is $403,000 plus. Funds being requested are $376,000 plus. The next project is the expansion to the Green Bike. This is actually on the Green Bike program, is to replace those bike share bikes that have worn out, that have gone. And we're able to do that with the TAP type funds. Project cost is 493,000 plus, and the funds being requested is 459,000 plus. Next project is in South Jordan. This is the Jordan River Trail connection to the Front Runner Station. About 2/10 of a mile in length. It'll connect the facilities from the highway to the Front Runner Station. Project estimated cost is 800,000 plus. Funds being requested are 670,000. Next project is the bike lane on 1300 West by West Valley City between 4,000 South and 3,300 South, a little more than a mile in length. This project is estimated to cost 9.5 plus million. Funds being requested are 6.5 plus million. Next project is a joint request from West Valley City and Taylorsville City on 3,900 South. This is for bike lanes between Redwood Road and Jordan River, about a mile in length, by constructing a 10-foot trail, street lighting, and connecting sidewalks. The project is estimated to cost 9.4 plus million. The funds being requested are 5.4 plus million. The next project is in White City. This is on Larkspur Drive. This is a bike ped improvements. This is a safe routes to school between 7th East to Carnation Drive. This is to construct missing sidewalk as well as address storm drains and ped ramps along Larkspur. Project estimated cost is 299,000. The funds being requested are 277,000 plus. The last project in the TAP ask is from White City. This is on Galena Drive. It's also safe routes to school request between Sunflower Lane to Anemone Lane, little more than a quarter mile. This is to improve safety by adding sidewalk to the south side of Galena Drive. Project estimated cost is 1.4 plus million. Funds being requested are 1.3 plus million. That's all the projects in the TAP program that have been asked for. Whoops.
Hey,
Did I
Ben,
just,
quick question. Are there a lot of overlap with projects that have submitted here with the state's first last mile or their active program? Do you know?
there are some. Hugh could address that in more detail than I, but I can tell you part of it is the seed the pot, because they can use these federal funds as their match towards those other programs and vice versa.
Cool.
Hugh, are you online?
Yep, thanks. App summary, Ben.
Anything else you'd add?
Not at this time. Thank you, though.
Awesome. Thank you, Hugh. All right. Well, our last program that we have an opportunity to review is our carbon reduction program, or CRP program. This will be the last time today I show you this table. Unless you really want me, I can go in reverse and we can go back through. But looking at our CRP program, there are 7 projects totaling more than $15 million, and there's about 2.5 million available. The first project to look at is the connector construction between Davis and Salt Lake. This is the Davis Salt Lake connector, again, from Farmington City up to University of Utah and Research Park. Estimated project cost is $75 million. Funds being requested is $5 million. The next project is in Riverton City. This is to construct electric vehicle charging stations there at the Riverton City Hall. This is for about 4 charging stations. This project is estimated at $425,000. Funds being requested are $385,000. The next project is the intersection project up in Sunnyside or on Sunnyside Avenue from Salt Lake City. This is to take a 3-legged intersection at Sunnyside and Crestview Drive and construct a roundabout. This project's estimated to cost $820,000 and the funds requested are $762,000. The next project is a request from Salt Lake City. This is for the expansion of the bike share program. This will add 2 bike share stations west of I-15 and expand the system with 24 e-bikes. I don't know if you've had the chance to ride the e-bikes. A lot more fun than the pedal kind. Project estimated cost $473,000. Funds being requested are $440,000 plus. The next project is the intersection project in Sandy on 114th South and 13th East. This project here will not only address the turning lanes, but it'll improve the signal timing and advanced detection. This project cost is 4.9 plus million and the funds being requested are 4.5 plus million. The next project is also in Sandy on an intersection at 110 South and 1000 East. Is to take a regular 4-legged intersection there near the high school and construct a roundabout. This project is estimated to cost 3.4 plus million and the funds being requested are 3.2 plus million. The next project is a request from South Jordan. It's the Jordan River Trail connection to the Front Runner Station. This project estimated to cost a little more than $1 million and the funds being requested are $951,000. And that's the last project of the carbon reduction program. Any questions on that project or program or any of the other programs? If not, then Mr. Chair, I turn the meeting back to you. I think you're on mute, Ben.
John Miller had a question.
It's just clapping my hands. You gotta know your memes, Ben.
Sorry. I need to know where my mute button is too. Okay, thank you, Ben. We'll see, I'm assuming a similar presentation again next week as we prepare to make a recommendation. And going on to our last item, other business, talking about next month, I'm requesting that everybody who can be in person, at least those who intend to vote, be in person at WFRC for our meeting in March. It certainly helps to facilitate a discussion when you can see each other in the same room. So please, if you can, be at that meeting in person. WFRC will provide refreshments to that meeting. If you looked on saw on your agenda today, it will say Draper City. Draper is being pushed to a meeting in May for their presentation and refreshments. So, if you cannot meet in the meeting in person next month and you do join electronically, please make sure that your organization is listed along with your name. It gets kind of difficult sometimes when you're trying to count votes when you don't know who the voting members are and which organization they may represent. But if you can, please be in person. Also, in our meeting next month, Salt Lake County will make a presentation on various funding opportunities that are available through the county. They'll talk about the Corridor Preservation Fund, the fifth quarter sales tax and maybe a couple other options as well. That's all I have. Does anybody have any other business or any other things they want to talk about this afternoon?
Ben, this is Kip Billings. Just real quick, while I have, can reach everybody all at once, for the CMAC and carbon reduction applications. As often is the case, I ran into a few questions. Some of the forms were the wrong form or they're incomplete. So some of that information needs to be updated. So I'll be reaching out in the next week with emails, and if you could watch for those and turn those around as quickly as possible. We want to have our analysis and evaluations complete by about March 20th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ben, I have one more clarification before we adjourn, and we're doing this again next month. UTA is making application to both the Davis County TAC as well as the Salt Lake County TAC for a specific $5 million request. Is it $5 million between the two TAC committees?
It's 5 million in each area is what the request was. If it can't quite be that, that would be all right. But we're looking for a lot of ways to support this to go forward to match the FTA small starts funding that we're looking at getting.
Thank you,
Or to
Alma.
complement, not match.
Yeah, thank you. The Ben's comments were pretty clear, but I wasn't sure if it was 5 million total between both TACs or 5 million from each. So
We would take 5 million STP, 5 million CMAC, and 5 million TAP or CRP in each area. That would be about 40 million or so. No, just kidding.
okay, thank you. Any other comments? Okay, hearing none. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion. This is Castle.
Matt, you have pretty short patience. If it sits quiet very long, you're saying we're out of here. So, motion to adjourn. All opposed. Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Ben.
Nice
Yeah,
job, Ben.
Job, Ben.
Extra good job, Ben. That gets you extra points.